Welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a dark moody beat for Brent Faiyaz, something that sounds a little bit like this. One more thing before we get into it, the first episode of my podcast is out right now. When you watch a video of like a producer and they'll say, just turn the kick up, and you're like, they must be lying, like there's got to be some sort of secret trick, like literally is just like, just turn the kick up, put a soft clipper on the master and it's good. So if that's something you're interested in, hit the link in the description, and yeah, let's get straight into the video. So this beat is inspired by Brent Faiyaz's latest song called Mercedes. You'll notice there's only 2 chords, it's a very simple progression. That's a big key to Brent's sound, is simplicity. So the scale is A sharp minor. This is the 6th chord in the scale, which is a F sharp major 7th chord. And then we're moving to an F minor chord, which is the 5th chord in the scale. You can see these 2 notes are very close together, and so are these 2. That's helping create a lot of tension because there's only 1 semitone in between them. We're going from a major chord to a minor chord, which is helping resolve into a bit of a darker sound. I've also added these top line notes, little extra passing notes here and here and here. And yeah, very simple, but that's a big key to the sound for Brent's production. That has a spring reverb on it. I've kept it pretty heavy, but also pretty short. And then there's an EQ cutting the lows out and then cutting some of the high end frequencies as well. After that, again, I went into Aperture and I found the preset called Pluck Heaven. It's like the mix of a pluck and a pad. I've used the exact same chords on this one. I've just strummed them out a little bit and I've just added an EQ cutting the low end out. Next, I went into Aperture again and I found this perk loop. I just wanted to add this little bit of texture in the background. A lot of Brent songs have real basses, so I wanted to replicate that in this one. I found this technical bass, again from 5 and XY's kit. I did this pretty simple pattern. A trick I like to use with live basses is to use one-shots rather than ones from contact banks. And the reason is, like I've done here, is so you can add slides in. You can't do that in contact banks, and I think adding a slide makes it sound a lot more realistic. You can also mess around with the velocities, super easy. Next, I wanted to add some more textures, so I found this drum fill. I actually chopped it out of a perk loop from XY and 5's kit. That just has a pan man on, so it goes from side to side and gives a bit of stereo width to the beat. Again, I wanted to add some more textures, but this time something a bit melodic. So I found this little synth sound, again in XY and 5's kit, and I just put this very simple melody towards the end of the 4 bars. What I did to that was add a portal, the echoes preset, and also a halftime on the 1 bar setting. This portal preset kind of delays it gives it like a reversed echoey effect. Now with these effects on, it doesn't actually play here, it plays a bit later, a bit delayed, so it almost acts like an accent or a hit on the 1. Okay, so next for the hook section, I wanted to add some vocal chops. So I went into Layers, my bundle, and found this loop called Talk to Me. Kind of has a similar tempo and I like the way it sounded. So I just time stretched it and fit it into the key, and that sounds like this. Very simple, but again, just adding to the texture, adding to the sound. One final textural transitional element before I went into the drums was this little fill impact kind of sound. That just helps it transition nicely into the drop. For the drums, I started off with a straight hi-hat. I just changed the velocities on every other note just to give it a bit of a more realistic sound. to give it more of a bounce, I added another hi-hat, only staggered out a few little notes here and there. If you listen to Brent's latest song, you'll know that the snare pattern is kind of weird. So I wanted to do something a little bit different with my snares. Rather than having them hit really often here and here, I only had it hit once throughout each bar. This creates some contrast between the hi-hats and the snare, because the hi-hats are going really fast and the snare's kind of spaced out and slower. And I just layered that with this ambient percussive sound. So I just added a reverb to that, and I'd really recommend layering your snares like this, especially if you're finding it hard to get the snare to sit in the mix nicely. Next I added this perk. Then this rim shot. After that, an open hat. Then another perk. After that, I did a kick. And finally, I added a sub bass. I actually designed this based on one of Brent's songs. So yeah, that's the beat and that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and a comment and let me know what you want to see next. And I'll see you in the next one.